Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Forgotten Storyteller. My name is Ren, and I am going to try this YouTube thing again. If you look back at my channel, you will notice something very inconsistent. I have tried to start this YouTube channel multiple times, and I keep coming back to it, and so I'm like, okay, we're gonna give it another shot. We're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna just like create some content. And I've had a lot of people tell me recently that I should try and start creating content just for me, not like as a job or anything, but just kind of for me. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing. It's August 1st. It's been almost a year. Well, yeah, almost a year since I posted my last video on the channel, which was an Aurelium TBR. And Aurelium's been moved to September this year, which is great. That actually works out really well for me because I can spend a month trying to do this, and then if I can't make it work, then I can just enjoy Aurelium without filming. There is a lot going on this month. I am participating in Battleathon, which is a readathon hosted by a YouTube channel whose name I have forgotten, but I will put right here, and I will put links to the announcement video in the box below. But I'm going to be joining House of Thorns because they seem to be the most like me and most like characters I like to read about. What this is you earn points for your team based off of the rating that you give books. So there's no prompts, no specific books you have to read. All you have to do is read books and rate them, and then you submit a form that says what book you read and how many stars you gave it. It's very much like a mood reading readathon. You do get extra points if you read books that have titles that contain words related to like your special category for your team. Ours is nature themed, so like tree, water, wind, things like that. I'm really excited about that. And then JD Ray Reads also posted her TBR recently for August, and she is going to try to read more pages this month than she has any other month. And I thought I might not passively participate, but kind of like participate in the background. I've had a really terrible reading year. I've had a really terrible couple of reading years. Just the combination of my mental and physical health has been so bad at different times, and then sometimes together, that reading is not always something that was possible or practical or something that I had energy to do. But now it is. I just finished Trust of the Emerald Sea. I'm currently reading The Witch's Back. And yeah, I'm like finally getting back into the mood of reading, and I'm so happy, so excited. I love stories, and yeah, I think it'll be good. So I'm gonna try to read more pages in August than I have in any other month, which I think is like 1,700. I think I read 1,700 pages in January, and then like nothing in the last like 3 or 4 months. So you might be able to see behind me that I am at Barnes & Noble because I have been saving up some cash to spend on some books for myself. I do have books at home, but I also just got rid of a bunch of books, and so there's space on my bookshelf. So what am I gonna do but fill that with more books? I'm gonna do that, do a little bit of shopping, and then I will give you a little bit more of an update on The Witch's Back, which is the book I'm currently reading. And yeah, we'll go from there. And hopefully you guys will actually see this video. Also, I'm wearing this really great shirt. Let me see if I can. And it says, "What do?" and I have the little skeletons holding the D20, which is a Oxventure merch shirt, which is very exciting. I love the Oxventure. So yeah, I'm gonna go pick out some books and then make my way home and show you what I got. I need to figure out like better setup for this. One where you can see my bookshelves better, but also don't see the chaos that is my room on a regular basis. But I'm back from Barnes & Noble. Did not film any B-roll because I just mostly got distracted. So I got a nice, I'll show you, nice little stack of books here. So the first book I got was The Spice Gate by Prashanti Srivat. This is basically about like this guy named Amir. He can travel through these spice gates, and he is a spice carrier. So kind of like a slave that like transports spices across the universe. I don't know. I just thought that it would be interesting. I don't remember who I heard about this from. Maybe I just came across it on Amazon. And then we have what is actually my first manga. My students overseas would be so proud of me right now. It's called Cat Gamer, Volume 1 by Wataru Nadatani. And this is about a girl named Riko who is a 29-year-old office worker, and she finds a cat. And we all know what cats do. They cause mischief. They make our lives better. They're fantastic, just like most any pets. She's also a gamer, and she uses what she learns from gaming to guide her in her cat care. Yeah, so this looks like a fun little novel, and I love cats and video games, so like it seems like the perfect option for me. The third book I picked up was The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I read a Sarah Beth Durst back in high school, and I did quite enjoy it. And so when this book came out, I was like, okay, well, I know that I like her writing, and this sounds a little bit more up my alley. So this is about a girl named Keela who has trouble dealing with people, but she is a librarian for the Great Library, and she has an assistant who is a magically sentient spider plant, which I love. Basically, there's this revolution, and the library that she was managing goes up in flames, and she and Kaz, her sentient spider plant, flee with all of the spell books they can carry, which is what the library predominantly holds, and head to a remote island that she used to live on when she was a child. And so, yeah, it's a little bit of a romance, a little bit of fantasy. Yeah, I think it'll just be like a cozy fantasy romance read, but I'm excited for this one. And then I got The Water Outlaws by S.L. Huang. This is basically Lin Chong is a expert arms instructor training the Emperor's soldiers in swords and a whole bunch of other weapons, and unlike her bolder friends who flirt with challenging the unequal hierarchies and values of the imperial society, she believes her job is keeping her head down and doing her job, until a powerful man with a vendetta rips that carefully built life away. Disgraced, tattooed as a criminal, and on the run from an imperial marshal who will stop at nothing to see her dead, Lin Chong is recruited by bandits, mountain outlaws on the margins of society. Apart, they love like demons and fight like tigers. Together, they could bring down an empire. I believe this is... I want to say this is a standalone, but I'm not 100% sure. I am very, very excited for this one. And then lastly, we have The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love by India Holton. She also wrote The Secret Service of Tea and Treason, which I didn't see and feel like I now need to like find and go back, especially if I enjoy this. You can't really like... It's beautiful. So I've never heard of this book before, but I walked into Barnes & Noble and it was sitting there glittering with its gold and purple cover with its phoenix, and then I read the first paragraph of the blurb. Rival ornithologists hunt through England for a rare magical bird in this historical fantasy rom-com, reminiscent of Indiana Jones, but with manners, tea, and helicopter parasols. I'm sorry, what? That sounds ridiculously amazing. So, yeah, I'm really excited, and yeah, maybe I got some new favorite authors here. And then since I'm showing you books that I've gotten recently, I did get one book at Target yesterday when I was grabbing a birthday present for my brother, and that book is The Game Master's Handbook of Proactive Role-Playing, Guidelines and Strategies for Running PC-Driven Narratives in 5e Adventures by Jonah and Tristan Fischel. Basically, this is about collaborative storytelling. One of the reasons why I love TTRPGs so much is because there's this collaborative storytelling, right? You as the GM or game master, for those of you who maybe aren't as familiar with tabletop games, you do kind of have control of the story. Like, you decide the plot, you create the world, you set the world, but what sets it apart from a book and even from a video game is that the player's actions are endless. And so there have been many a times where I've planned something and it has not gone as planned. And so one of the things that this book covers is kind of like, how do you embrace that strength of collaborative storytelling and really just dig into that and have more fun at your table. I really think that the more the player characters are a part of your game and the more they can actually influence the world, like truly influence the world and the story, the more fun everybody has. That is all of the books that I've accumulated recently. That box is a box of books that I need to take to a secondhand bookshop. I put them on Pango like ages ago and one of them sold and then no one's even looked at the other ones. So I'm going to take it to my used bookstore and go from there. Now let's talk about the books that I have read recently and just kind of like give you a little bit of an update on what I've been reading. Like I said in my introduction, I've been in a really big reading slump, in part because my physical health has been so bad. And so I started reading Tress of the Emerald Sea maybe in like March or April a while ago. And it was the book that was in my bag when I went up to Tango. And most of the time I would dance like 1 or 2 tandas and then be like, nope. So I would hide in the bathroom, which had like a little couch and like seating area and stuff. And I would attempt to read a little bit, which generally didn't go very well. But maybe like a week ago, I started this new rule where I say no technology in my bedroom unless I am ill, to try to help me sleep better. Anyway, besides the point. So I've been reading at night more. And so I finally finished Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in his Secret Project collection. It is not like the Secret Project collection, if you don't know. They are a series of standalone books that Brandon Sanderson wrote. This, by far, is my favorite Sanderson book ever. Like, I can't even explain to you. Even as I was reading it while I was sick, I was like, this is the best Sanderson book I've ever read. This easily won a place on my favorite shelves, which you can see the last one there, and then there's 2 more up there of like all of my favorite books. It's funny, but in like a very witty way. It's just the right amount of adventure and danger, and also like coziness isn't quite the right word, but it's just everything about this, the prose, the narration, the characters, the setting, the plot, all of it, amazing. 5 stars, easily. So then I thought, I have to keep my momentum going. Let's read something that's easy, that's fun, that's not gonna pull me out of reading mode back into a slump. Because as much as I love big chunky fantasies, they're some of my favorite books. When I'm having a hard time reading, I need like, basically like quick wins. Like I need books that I can just read without much effort, and then gear up towards some of my chunkier fantasies that are on my TBR. I started reading The Witch is Back by Sophie M. Morgan. This is a romance book with elements of fantasy, basically set in the US, kind of between Chicago and Louisiana, although setting doesn't play like a huge role in it. This book is about a girl named Emma, who was born into the Society of Witches, and she was betrothed to a man named Bastian, who basically abandoned her before they announced their engagement. There's some contract, they were meant to announce their engagement, and he just up and disappeared. Didn't even send her a note. They grew up together, they were best friends, all of these things, and then one day he appears back into her life. And at this point, Emma has kind of pretty much abandoned witch society to open a bar with her witch best friend and her human best friend, and was running that. And so this is basically, he came back because there were consequences to them not fulfilling the magical contract. He's been gone 7 years without so much as a letter, and basically is like, hey, please marry me or my mom's gonna die. And that's where it goes from there. Second chance romance, enemies to lovers, that kind of like cozy, witchy fantasy, elements of a romance, it's really good. I'm very, very much enjoying it. There is some spice, but not too much spice so far. She has a rescue dog as her familiar, which I love. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for just like a quick, easy read. So I think I am going to change into pajamas, maybe watch some YouTube, maybe drink some tea, read some more of my book. But yeah, also, now you can see my shirt better. Anyway, if any of you watch Oxventure, let me know, because it's my favorite, one of my favorite D&D actual plays, besides like High Roller and Natural Six. Those are my three: Oxventure, High Roller, Natural Six. Favorite Let's Plays. Okay, I'm gonna stop yapping and get to doing other things.
We are the Boss Busters, and we are here to take on epic boss fights. They don't have to be the most difficult, although of course some of them will be. They just have to be really cool boss fights that you've enjoyed, and we want to hear all about them. Put your suggestions in the chat and in the comments later so that we can track them. We've got a list.
Hello and happy Friday. Let me move into my room where there's some natural light. That's kind of better-ish. So it's Friday and I have two things to tell you. The first is that I finished The Witch is Back. It was quite good. It ended up, I think, at roughly a 4-star. So, pretty good. I enjoyed it. I had fun. It was a good, like, keep the momentum of reading going. So, that's the first thing. Second, I went and took that big box of books that I kind of pointed out in the background of my last clip to a local bookstore, secondhand bookstore, and they took all of them except for one, which, very surprising to me, but great, and gave me $58 of store credit, which is fantastic. And so of course I started looking around, and you guys will never guess what I found. I'm so excited. Look at these beauties. They had the first 3 Stormlight Archive books in the UK covers, and I just about died. I've been wanting the UK covers for a while and had been holding off buying them because I was like, well, I've already read these on audio and I should be spending money on books that I haven't already read so that I can read more books. And then Book Depository closed down. I'm going to make one UK book order sometime soonish because I want to get Bone Dust and Bookshops in the UK cover. So I have Legends and Lattes in the UK cover, and I really, really love this cover. I love them significantly more than the US covers. And, but shipping is so expensive if you just buy one book. So it's a whole thing, but now I can get the novellas, oh shoot, Rhythm of War, part 1 and 2, and then Bone Dust and Bookshops. There are some reading sprints that are about to happen for Battleathon, and so I need to choose my next read. Okay, most of my TBR is on this lovely green hanging shelf. Not all of it, but a good portion of it. So I could get one of the books I showed you yesterday that I got. Let's see. I have been really wanting to read Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands by Heather Fawcett. I loved the first one, like a lot. I'm pretty sure Emily is an autistic coded character, but I'm also kind of feeling like maybe I want a little bit of a break from like fairy witchy fantasy. So I'll get extra points because Other Lands is nature-y, right? Maybe. So maybe extra points for that. Water will give me extra points. The Sun and the Void, Sun will give me extra points. So I have 3 books that will give me extra points for Battleathon. And my dog. Hi, Winnie. Hi, buddy. You can come up. She's like, what are you doing standing on the bed? But then also Malice would be really good. Maybe I'll start with Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands. I do want to annotate this one just because it's shorter, and then move on to some chunkier fantasies. Also, this is a beautiful print of Alana, who is a character in one of the Tamora Pierce books that I love. I love Tamora Pierce. She's one of my favorite authors of all time. You could also read The Black Coast. No, let's read Map of the Otherlands.
I don't know how to respond. Hello. Tainted Cup, and you're not supposed to die tonight. Yeah, that is short. Starbright and Rufus. Interesting.
To move to the couch from my desk. But look at this cute little girl. Good morning. It's Saturday. I slept in a little bit longer than I intended because I woke up at like 4 a.m. Couldn't go back to sleep. Finally went back to sleep. Now it's 10. So yeah, I only ended up getting about 40 pages through Emily Wilde's and the Outer Wilds. Emily Wilde. Something about the Outer Wilds. Anyway, and it's good so far. It's a 5-star prediction, and so far it's shaping up to be just that, which is very exciting. Today on the agenda, let's see, I have so much to do. I need to clean pretty desperately both my little downstairs apartment that I have in my parents' house and my office upstairs. I need to do some prep for my online D&D game, which I normally play on Fridays, but we were off yesterday because some of our members are in DC for the weekend. I need to do some prep for Tacticon at the end of August, which is really in like 2 weeks. And I'm not ready, so I'm running some Adventures League games for Tacticon, which I'm really excited about. Anyway, I need to apply for some jobs. I need to, yeah, I just have a bunch of stuff to do. I will keep you updated on reading progress and cleaning progress and to-do progress, but right now I'm gonna drink some tea and charge this battery. Hello. So, I have applied for some jobs. I made another cup of tea. This time I made some chai. Normally I like my chai like pretty spicy, but Trader Joe's has a really good like instant chai powder that I splurged on the other day. Hold on, let me pour cream into, and it's really good. But yeah, I've applied for a couple jobs. One of them sent me a test to like measure my skills, and part of it was a maths test. Guys, I had the very humbling experience of realizing that I no longer know how to do long division. Multiplication, addition, subtraction on paper, all fine. They were very insistent that you do not use a calculator. So being the rule-abiding individual that I am, I didn't use a calculator. But it was a very humbling experience. And I posted on the Johnny Chiodini Discord, and I was like, and someone responded and they were like, yeah, well, Long division is curse information that the brain is doomed to forget. And I was like, cool guys, thanks. So yeah, I'm going to drink this chai, and then I think I'm gonna go clean my office. Start there. I found a bookshelf in the basement, like a hanging shelf. It's meant to be a picture shelf, but I'm wondering if my mother would let me use it in the office to put all of my D&D resources, because I mostly do D&D prep in my office on my free time, and I don't want to have to keep like bringing them up and down multiple floors. And I don't know, it would be nice to have some organization, but I need to do that and figure out my computer stuff. Because it's not, for some reason, the monitor isn't always connecting to the PC. So it's either there's a problem with the monitor, there's a problem with the HDMI cord, or my video card is shot, which would not be good because I literally bought this PC in like February. So it's not that old. So I'm hoping it's the monitor, and if it's not the monitor, hopefully it's the cord. So we'll see. display didn't work. Let's try new HDMI cable. It worked! I think it worked. Ah! Awesome. It is turned on! It must have been something to do with the cord. Thank goodness it's not my video cord, my video cable, because I just bought this PC in February. So, yes! So that's, well, I made a mess again in my room. So, I applied for jobs. I think I fixed my computer. My mom said I could hang this shelf here, but I can't find the stud finder. So, I'll have to wait till my father returns from his adventure in the mountains to do that. I have just been watching some Johnny Chiodini. They are playing God of War Ragnarok, and if you're a patron of his, you've already seen this episode, but I had to stop being a patron a little while ago because I don't make enough money, but there's a job that I applied for that I think I'd be really good at, and if I get it, it's like almost triple my salary, which means that lots of independent artists are going to get some money from me and I can pay my parents more rent for the downstairs apartment, which would be great. I would love to be able to do that. So anyway, okay, I'm going to go back to cleaning. I'm wondering if I should set up, because the other monitor works and like I can use it as a secondary monitor for my laptop. I wonder if I should set that up as a second monitor. We'll see. All right. It is Sunday and like 7 o'clock. Today has been busy and not at all how I planned. Did some church. I did church this morning and then I came home. I was so tired, so I took a nap and then I went out to a restaurant with some friends for a birthday. And then I came home and I've just been chilling a little bit. I really would like to read some more, but you know how it goes sometimes. I also need to take a shower. So, yeah. But let me grab... I did get everything clean, by the way. Look at that. So clean. Except for my room. My room is less clean. So let's see. I am... about 74 pages in Map of the Other Lands, so not very far, not that much further than I was, but I'm hoping to get a good chunk of it done tonight, maybe get another 100 pages or so, But yeah, I'll check in after my shower and I've read a little bit more. It is Monday, basically Monday night. It's like 6:30, 6:40. I'm holding my Tango shoes. I am about a third of the way through Emily Wilde's, why do I have such a hard time remembering the name? Anyway, I'm about a third of the way through my book, and it's very good so far. It's definitely very interesting, and I still really love the character dynamics. I still really love like this fae core academia mix that she has. So if you're not familiar with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is the first book, basically Emily is a dryadologist. She studies fairies, and it takes place in the early 1900s in England. And it's kind of this like historical fantasy where fairies exist, right? And a lot of these mythologies are actually true. And so in the first book, Emily is seeking to finish the final chapter of her Encyclopedia of Fairies. And so she goes to this little teeny tiny town and gets into a spot of trouble. One of her coworkers joins her uninvited. His name is Wendell, and she is quite upset about it. She has a dog named Shadow, and basically it just follows this adventure as she is trying to figure out and kind of study these fairies to finish the last chapter of her encyclopedia. So the second book is a continuation of this story. She's finished her encyclopedia. Things have happened, and I won't really tell you much about what the second book is about because I don't want to have too many spoilers, but she goes on another adventure, and I actually really, really, really love footnotes in my fiction, especially for something like this, which is a diary type setting, and it's very in character with who Emily is as a character. She's very hyper-focused on her studies, and she is very intent on being like academically correct, academically rigorous, and she just has all of this information. So when she references something, she then often will put like a footnote explaining things, and it's just, I love it. It's just my type of writing and fantasy, and just, it's lovely. I love it. I still think it's going to be a 5-star, but yeah, today was a good day, not a ton of work. Just, yeah, typical Monday, but now I am going to go to tango class. I take Argentine tango classes on Mondays. I will talk to you guys soon. morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday morning. I am roughly halfway through my book, so I'm hoping to maybe get it finished by the weekend. No, by the end of the weekend. That's probably more realistic. So this morning I am going to help my mom in her classroom organizing the bookshelf so that, you know, get ready for the kids next week. And then I have a chiropractor appointment, and then I am going to the place where we have our tango lessons, which is in this beautiful art gallery. And one of the things that I noticed is that in the back workroom, the guy who owns the gallery has a ton of football memorabilia from all over the world. And so I asked a friend of mine if he would get a football scarf from Albania and bring it back with him to the States and then send it to me, and he did. So I'm going to be dropping off this Albania football scarf. This translates roughly to "We Are One," which just feels very fitting because the tango community, like, he's provided a place for our community to grow. And yeah, so we're gonna go surprise him with that. I haven't actually met him yet. So I'm going to meet him and then give him the scarf, which I'm really excited about. It will be very fun. So yeah, packed day, and then I have to come home and work for a couple of hours. I have a couple projects that I need to get done by end of day tomorrow. And then probably work on some D&D stuff because I still haven't finished preparing for Friday's online session. So it's fine, I basically know what we're doing, but running a game online is a lot harder because you can't just like whip out a mini and be like, ta-da! Everything needs character sheets and pictures and stats and all of the things, and it's a lot harder to improvise on the fly. That is Winnie, who needs to come inside. But yeah, that's the plan for the day. Ooh, lighting, good. So yeah, look at, oh wait. Look at her sweet little face. All right, come on in, Winnie. She's like, food, water. Anyway, yeah, we just got up. I had to like basically pry her out of bed because she's a princess and she likes to sleep, but I have to leave. So I will, talk to you guys soon.